is Fish Food, and now we're inside the Forest Temple. And as soon as we walk forward, we're gonna see a couple enemies, and they're pretty easy. They don't fight you, together. They'll only fight you one at a time, which is good. Where's the other one at? There he is. Just slash their back like you did before. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure that there's no enemies up on top of here, which there aren't. Oh, there is one up there, but actually he's not gonna actually attack you. Just don't get too close to him. This is the first Skulltulla in the dungeon, actually. So go ahead and drop down. Be careful not to, hit right next to him, or else you'll end up setting yourself back a little bit. And then we're going to move forward a little bit, and I think you can actually hook onto the chest from here. I'm going to try it. Alright, open this chest, and there's your first small key. Now, as an adult, you have to have keys in order to advance in the dungeons. You didn't have to do that as a kid. So I'm going to go inside this room, and just going to shoot him with the hook shot. These guys, you don't have to worry about their soft underbelly because the hook shot is so sharp. Head into this next room, and a small little cutscene is going to ensue when you walk forward a little bit. That is the way into the boss room, and unfortunately for us, the Poes have decided to make your life difficult. They took all the flame, which lowers the elevator, and then they all go scatter. We can't kill them right now anyways. Well, actually, we could kill them right now, but in order to access them, you have to have something else. So we're going to go ahead and head straight forward. But before you go into the door, you can actually nab another Skulltulla. I believe he's on this side, actually. Where is he? He's over here somewhere. Oh, there he is. We might actually have to be on the stairs to reach him. Maybe not. That's number 50. So we've half the Skulltullas finally. We are halfway there. Go ahead and go into this room. And there's this little blue bubble. He's really easy to beat. Just use your shield until his fire goes away. Or you could use the hook shot, but the hook shot's a little bit slow. Now here, there are two of these, I believe these guys are actually the Stalfos. Yes, that's what their name is. They're pretty easy to defeat. If you just lunge at them and thrust, you can hit them most of the time while their guard's down. They take about 5 hits to kill. Each one. But once you beat them, treasure chest should appear with a key. And we're going to need a lot of keys before we can even progress very far into this dungeon. As a kid, this one used to confuse the hell out of me quite a bit, because I, couldn't remember exactly where to go for half of this stuff. There's a fairy in there. You can bottle him up, or you can just simply walk next to him. This little blue bubble's back. Go ahead and kill him real quick. Probably just start ignoring them if they're little cannon fodder enemies. Alright, so now we're going to head back to the main room, and then we're going to take a right. And there's a room with a blue block. Go ahead and play the Song of Time again. And go ahead and head inside the door. Now in here, there's more of those giant Deku Babas. Alright, so what we're going to do here, you want to kill all these little Skulltullas before you climb up here, but unfortunately you can only reach the first 2. Oh, don't do that, because that will, sometimes you'll hit him. So what you want to do, hook shot as high as you can, and when he starts turning purple, stop moving, if he even does. Sometimes you can get lucky and not have to deal with him. Kill this little blue bubble, and the door will open, and a chest will appear. And this is your compass, or no, it's your map. You get the map first, I apologize. Well, now we can see where everything is. And we're going to go into this next door. Something really interesting. If there isn't a symbol above the door, it means you're going backwards. If there is a symbol on the door, it means you're going forwards. A little way to keep yourself from going in circles. Go ahead and step on top. I don't think you have to step on top of there. Anytime you see a target like that, that's an automatic hookshot target. Try to step on those whenever you can. You're going to drain the well. And then undrain the well, and then drain the well again, because you're really not supposed to actually do that. I don't know why. I've never had to do that before. That was actually kind of weird. Now you can see that there is a Skulltulla right there. Well, we're fixing to go nab him real quick. Just roll on the ground. And you want to kind of get in a position where you can hook onto the chest and actually not fall on the ground. Usually right here is one of the best options. Never mind. Sometimes it'll work. Kill this little Octorok real quick. And then, I can't even see it from there. You're only going to be able to see a little corner of it. But, hook onto it, open it up, you'll get a recovery heart if you need the recovery heart. And then kill the Skulltulla. Take his token. And then we're going to go inside the well that we just drained. It won't let me do that. I hate when things are too tall for me to flip over, because I don't feel like as much of a badass. At the end of this area is the next key that we need. From here, we have enough keys to progress the rest of the way into the forest temple. So just, you can go either way, because both of the rooms are connected, and they'll both take you to the same place. But you want to make your way back to the main room. And then we're going to go to the room that's the westernmost room. And if you're confused on which one to go to, just remember you can't go east. And, so your only other option is the locked door. So if you can't figure out which way you are, just find the locked door and open it. Go ahead and kill this guy. And this room is a little confusing. I'm going to go ahead and kill this little blue bubble just because I might have to come back here and I don't want to have to deal with him later. Climb up the ladder. And this room always gets people because it's kind of the first little major puzzle in these dungeons. And the adult dungeons are a lot tougher than the kid dungeons, and rightfully so. I mean, everything's harder when you're an adult. When you're a kid, mom and dad make your own peanut butter and jelly. You have to make your own as an adult. In fact, I had to make peanut butter and jelly for me this morning, and I almost forgot how to do it because it's been so long. I didn't have my mom and my dad to do it for me. And actually, I'm being sarcastic. I know how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but you get my point, though. As an adult, everything is tough. So, rightfully so, the adult dungeons are really, really tough compared to the really ridiculously easy kid dungeons. So once you've done that, go ahead and flank around back behind it and push it the rest of the way. And like I said earlier, Link is still strong, but this time I'm gonna guess that let's see exactly. It's about twice as tall as he is. 1, 2, 3, 4 of him could fit on each side. So that's about 16 links standing on top of it times 2. He can lift an object that's about 32 times his size. Probably not equal weight, because I'm assuming these boxes probably don't weigh a whole lot. But still, that's a huge box to be pushing around, I mean, if I was Link, I wouldn't want to be picking up stuff like that. Fortunately, though, he's going to be pushing blocks that are, just as big as that, but weigh a hell of a lot more. So work your way back to the green block floor, climb up the ladder, and find the back of the red block and push it. And then you want to go back to the floor. Now, something you can do, you can't do later, but keep in mind, when you get the bow, you can come back here and shoot this if you need extra arrows. I don't worry about it because it's not really worth it. I mean, it's just arrows, and you have to spend arrows to get it. You know, there's a million other ways to get arrows in this game. You kill enemies, you can slash pots, you know, stuff like that. So go ahead and push this red block again, and it should lock into place this time, allowing you easy access to get back into the rest of the dungeon. And climb it, and then we're going to head into the next room. Oh, don't go that way. Damn it. Don't do what I just did. I just totally messed myself up and damn near fell to my death. Which, actually, Link's tough. He can survive high falls without dying. Modern day games, you can't do that. You jump from a high-ish fall, you're dead. So make your way back up here and take a right instead of a left and climb this ladder. And this will take you to the next room. And there are going to be two enemies here. Don't worry about them. You can just outrun them and unlock the next door. Now you'll notice, and Navy will point it out too, that the corridor is all twisted. Well, keep moving forward, and you will find a place to jump on, and she'll interject again. If you stay still for too long, you'll actually see a enemy, or the shadow of an enemy, hover over top of you, and it'll take you to the beginning of the room. Now this room we can't do anything with, but if you look, you can actually see the Post Sister's portrait. We can't do anything with it right now, so just ignore it. Just go past it. Ignore the little ghost sound effects. Now we come in here, and we're gonna find more Stalfos. Don't fall in that pit, or you have to come all the way back in. Same thing as before. Just he can walk over the little hole though, which I don't understand. As far as I know, he's not a wizard. Alright, so when that happens, the pillar's going to drop, and then two more are going to appear. Now, this battle's tougher than the first one, because if one of them falls over and dies, you have to beat the other one in a certain amount of time, or he'll come back. So it'll be an endless battle. Alright, so once you've beaten them both, doors will unlock, a chest will appear, and we will find the item that will allow us to beat this dungeon, the bow. The bow, of course, you can shoot with arrows, or you can shoot arrows with it. You can use it on horseback, and it's actually pretty difficult to shoot and move at the same time sometimes. You take some practice again. We're going to head back out the door we came from. We could actually take out the Post Sister right now, but I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm not going to worry about her right now. We're going to head back out here into the Twisted Corridor room, because there's something we need that's more important than the sisters right now. Because another thing that's added in the dungeons when you're a kid is a key to get into the boss room. Keys for everything, right? Gonna go ahead and kill this guy. And actually, I think you have to hit him twice. Yeah, you do. Well. I don't even need to worry about killing him then. Just go ahead and shoot this eye, and the corridor will untwist itself, allowing you a new path to travel. It won't twist, so you will be in the same room, it's just positioned a different way. Fall down here, and open this chest, which I'm on the wrong side, and this is the boss key. This key will allow you to get into the boss room, which you have to get into, of course, to beat the temple. Fall down in this little hole here, and you have to beat both of these blue bubbles. Maybe. They move around too much. That's why I hate these guys. You can also stun them with your hook shot. Or shoot them with an arrow. Really? I can't even shoot them with my arrows. Holy shit. These things piss me off, let me tell you. Alright, so we're going to head out here, out of this room. And now there's a few things we can get here. The first of which is a Skulltulla. Make sure you're completely lined up with these little pillars. You don't really want to fall down, because then you have to work your way back up. He is right above kind of where you're standing. Alright, kill him, claim his token, and then head back over this way, and I fell. Alright, I will meet you guys back at that part. Okay, so I made it back. Like I said, don't do that again, because it was kind of a pain in the butt to get back up here. To kill this guy, just sword slash him a couple times and he'll die. There's two doors here. We want to take this door first. The door will lock behind us. And now we'll see, what are they called? The Floor Master. It's best to defeat this thing with your sword. You can't hit him when he's glowing green like that, though. And I think he only turns green until he hits you. And then you immediately want to kill his little babies that he kind of split into. There's 3 of them. And if you don't beat them in time, they'll form back together, and then you have to beat them all over again. Chest will appear. And this is another key. And you'll notice we haven't got the compass yet. Technically, we can already go get it, but like I said, this is the convenient way to do it without having to backtrack a whole lot. So we're going to head back into this room right here. I say back into it. I say that because we've been here before. This is the block room. And this is the fastest way to do all this, because otherwise you have to go all the way around, and then you have to pass through these rooms, and that's the fastest way. It's the most convenient. They put it in the game for a reason. And we actually do need to go this way as well. Because you remember, there were the 2 ghosts that we haven't... Well, the 1 ghost we haven't gotten to. There's another one on the other side of that room where we got the bow to begin with. And like I said, if you need any arrows, you can go find them in that one spot, but I don't need to worry about it too much. What I do need to do is untwist the corridor, because we need to get back to those ghost rooms. I like how that bubble didn't attack me when I wasn't moving. It's like a T-Rex. As soon as I stop moving, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? So jump on this pillar, face to the right, jump on this one. Alright, now, we are ready to kill the first post-sister. I believe this is Jolene. I can't really remember. Now, you want to look at each portrait until you can find her. Usually I stand about right here. That way you can see all 3 of them if you need to. If she disappears, you just have to check the next one. And then you shoot this one. And then you don't have to worry about her hiding from the 3rd one, because she can't go anywhere. There's no other portrait she can hide in. Now there are 2 ways you can beat her. You can beat her with the arrows, or you can use the hook shot. I use the hook shot because it's ammo efficient. When she reappears, Z-target her. Z-target her the whole time. Hit her with the hook shot when she reappears. This is a really boring battle. You literally just wait for her to appear, and then you attack her. And if you get too close, she'll start spinning around and try to hit you with her torch. I think you do this like 4 or 5 times, and then she's dead. It's not 4, so it's probably 5. There we go. And she'll drop arrows, light the torch, and then she opens up a chest. Or she reveals a chest. Which, if you open this one up, and I believe it's another key. Yes. Like I said, keys are very important in this game. We've already done all we need here. I'm going to go ahead and slash these pots and maybe get some arrows, hopefully. Nope, like I said, we're going to give you money when you have absolutely no need for it. Come on. The only thing I do hate about Link is you can't be very close to the pots or you'll hit the walls. No arrows, just money. Okay, whatever. You're telling me buy my own damn arrows. Alright, so I'm going to stand in about the same spot again. I'm going to shoot the first painting. Shoot the second painting. And then turn around and shoot the third. I miss a freaking painting that's literally right next to me. Swear to God, I make the worst Zelda player ever when I'm under pressure. Same thing as before, you gotta hit her with your hook shot. And then move. Like all the first 3 sisters are the exact same way. Like the battles are so boring. They're the worst mini bosses in the whole freaking series because the battle's not even entertaining. I mean, it's just okay. We're just gonna wait for you to appear, stop playing peekaboo, and then I'm gonna attack you. I mean, who wants to do that? I think there's one more hit. I lost count. I'm so bored of this fight already. Alright, there we go. She will drop something a little bit more important. Kind of important. It's the compass. So you don't have to pick it up if you don't want to. I'm going to, just because I like to kind of see where exactly I'm at. But there's a compass for each, which that's another thing I don't understand. How does a compass reveal where treasure chests are on a map? Like, that's never made sense to me. There we go, now I get some arrows. Alright, so we're going to head inside this other door. Don't go into the one you just came out of. You're going to use the key to open this door. And there's nothing we can do in this room right now, so go ahead and jump over here. Sometimes you can get lucky and do that. And you'll notice this hallway hasn't been twisted yet. Well, we're going to fix that. We need to twist it before we can do anything else. So we're going to go in here, and this one requires a little bit of aim. And because I've been such a shitty shot with my freaking bow so far, I'm a little worried about this. Basically, just aim at the eye, and when it lines up perfectly with the fire, shoot. And you should unlock it, which I got it the first time. I'm going to start underselling myself every time, because every time I'm like, I'm not going to get it, I get it. And if I'm like, I get it, no, I don't get it. So I'm going to start saying that I suck, and maybe I'll start doing better in my life. Negative motivation. Alright, so head back out here. You'll notice the hallway has twisted. You can go around these little green bubbles. And then you want to fall in the hole. Now this room, it's a little bit interesting. I don't think we need to go in here. I'm gonna go in here just to see where we are. Yeah, if we need to get back out here quickly, we can. Unfortunately, you can't get back up that way, but that's an easy exit. Now this room, you've got to be careful and make sure the ceiling doesn't fall on top of you. I know, I just told him that. Jesus. Fortunately, most of the Skulltullas are exactly the places you need to be. I'm going to run straight for this little switch, which will unlock the door we need to get into. And unfortunately, you can't aim with your hook shot. So I'm going to run and probably get killed. I got lucky. Open this up and it'll give you arrows. and then we're going to go inside the door. Now here, this is a unique Poe battle in a sense that you have to complete a puzzle before you get to her. Now, it's not much of a puzzle because all the blocks are in basically the place they need to be. There's only one odd man out. You just have to push them together. You don't have to rearrange them. They're already arranged correctly. They're just not close enough together. So, just push them together, and you should have no problem beating the time limit. Basically, you want to form the picture of the last ghost. Well, second to last ghost, I should say. And if you run out of time, you just start over. There's no penalty for not getting it in time. So you're going to kill her literally the exact same way you killed her sisters. So, broken record. Do the same shit we did before. And I'm going to be bored again. Somebody wake me up when it's over. I better not fall asleep, actually. There's nobody in here with me, so I'm going to try not to fall asleep on you. This fight is so boring, though. I mean, jeez. Exactly, how are you supposed to stay engaged in an enemy that never attacks you unless you get close to them? But I have a long-range weapon, so they can't get close to me. Anyways, with that done, head out this door and kill the little Skulltulla real quick. Well, big Skulltulla. Head out the door. And then this pose actually a little bit more interesting. There is a strategy to her, though. Get close enough to her, and she's going to create 3 copies of herself. One of them's real. Now pay close attention. The one that spins around is always the real one. I usually stand on the little elevator. That way there's no torches in my way whenever she does all of her stuff. Now you'll know, like I said, the one that spins around is always the real one. This one's a really easy battle. Of course, this one, if you do it right, she'll never touch you either. So, you just have to be quick. If you take too long to decide, or if your targeting system's all screwed up, you'll have difficulty. She was right in front of me that time. In real life, though, Link would never stand a chance because he would not be able to see the right one, because the right one could be behind him and he'd never see it. He just has to hope his fairy's looking out for him. Alright, so the elevator has popped back up and we can get into the boss room. Now there's one more thing we have to get. There's one more Skulltulla, but we haven't seen him yet, so of course you haven't missed him yet. We're gonna turn the room counterclockwise. So we need to get on this side of the pillar, grab it, and push. Like I said, Link is extremely strong. He just pushed a freaking a wall and made it move. I think the Skulltulla is in here too. No, maybe he's not. Anyways, you always push the wall and then use the switch, and then push the wall and then use the switch, or open the chest. But every time you complete an action, you push the wall. You push the wall again. And usually the actions are always pressing switches down. Again, I never remember which little hole the Skulltulla is. We're going to push the wall one more time. We're going to head over here. He's probably in here with his buddy. There he is. That's number 53. And now we are ready to tackle the boss. But I'm going to open this chest first because I think it's arrows. Yeah, you get 10 arrows. Alright, now we're ready to fight the boss. Hopefully you guys... well, first things first, I gotta push the pillar. hopefully you guys are ready for a really challenging boss. There's actually a lot of technique that goes on with fighting him. You have to basically play tennis with him, and you have to have pretty good field awareness and technique with your bow. Other than that, he's not too difficult. I'll explain exactly what you're going to do. I'll try not to do this boss fight too quickly. I know I get carried away sometimes when I'm fighting and playing. You want to walk in here, and you want to kind of walk around and then turn around and head back for the entrance, and then it'll seal itself off. And then when you turn around, you see the boss, Phantom Ganon. Which he looks just like regular Ganondorf right now. But he's going to take off his mask and reveal his true identity, Phantom Ganon. Evil spirit from beyond. Alright, first things that you want to do, you want to find these little Triforces on the floor and stand between them. Don't stand near one of them. Find a painting that he's pointed at, and or that he's coming out of, and you want to try to see if you can find the right one. Sometimes if you can see more than one at a time, you're lucky. But the real one will always turn white right before he comes out of the painting. The fake one will turn around. This one's kind of difficult. You just shoot him with your arrow. I think you have to do this like 3 times, and then he will come after you in another form. Sometimes you get lucky, and they're both in adjacent paintings. And like I said, like this one, I can see 3 different paintings from this viewpoint. And there's 2 of them. Perfect. Alright, once he's ditched his horse, you want to get your sword out, and you want to basically play tennis with him. Don't want to be too close to him, because that'll happen. But you also don't want to be too far away. Also, and as soon as he's down, you want to slash him with your sword. Don't move away from him while he does that, or else it's not going to do anything. You want to hit your sword back at him. Sometimes he likes to get really close. And if you move right before he shoots you, or if you're too close, it won't even hit him at all. So you want to make sure you're a good distance from him. Sometimes if you slash right, it'll just disappear. This boss battle can be kind of frustrating if he keeps doing that. Plus those little ropes get in the way. This is very similar to how we beat the real Ganon later. Or Ganondorf anyways. And like I said, always un-Z target when you have to chase down a boss, because you move much faster. Of course, the downside is the farther away you are, the faster you have to run. Or farther you have to run to catch up to him. He likes to get a lot closer to you as the battle progresses, too. Oh, he got me there. And that does a full 2 hearts worth of damage. This guy's actually taking quite a while. Usually I have him beat by now. Maybe it's because I slowed myself down to kind of explain everything. Come on, you evil son of a bitch. Let's play some tennis. Once you slash him enough times, he'll die. And congratulations, you have completed the Forest Temple. He said, "Kid, you did quite well. Looks like you may be getting some slight skill. but you have only defeated my phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. And he's right. The final boss is actually a really good final boss for a series as old as this one is. He's going to banish it into the gap between dimensions, which I didn't even know there was. Interesting. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so go ahead and grab your piece of heart. We are up to 12 heart containers. And now just head into the little orb and get ready for your cutscene. This actually is probably one of my favorite cutscenes, even though I have seen them all a million times. I do particularly like this one because it gives you a little bit of background of Link's childhood and why he is the way he is. I don't want to say too much without giving away, because if I tell you what it's about, it's going to tell you why he is what he is. It's going to release too much information. But she says, thank you, I could become a sage. She is the sage of the forest temple. And you notice she's still very short, and you're very tall. Nobody grows up in the Kokiri forest. So, like I said, it's Neverland. Like Peter Pan. It's destiny that we can't live in the same world. She's the forest sage. Now, each sage will give you a medallion. I'm not really sure what the significance of it is, because you don't ever have to do anything with them like you did with the spiritual stones, but it's kind of just a mark of progress, I guess, to show, hey, I've gotten this done. She adds her power to yours, which you really don't even get any stronger physically, so Soraya will always be your friend. You teleport in front of the Deku tree, which does not look all gray and sickly anymore. It looks just like it did when you first beat it. Or first entered it. There's a little bit of a plant there. And he pops out of the ground. The hero of time, scared away by a little Deku tree. This is the Deku tree sprout, who will basically become the next Deku tree. It says none of your friends recognize you with your grown-up body. That's because the Kokiri never grow up, even after 7 years. They're still kids. Which means, oh, he's not a Kokiri. He's actually a Hylian. He says, I'm happy to finally reveal the secret to you. My question is, how the hell does he know who you are? He was just fucking born. But he is the Deku tree. He's supposed to be a big guardian of knowledge and stuff, so maybe that's just innate. Talks about some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified the country, there was a fierce war in the world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. And this kid they're talking about is you, just in case you were wondering. Deku tree could sense that this was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. I didn't mean to insult your intelligence back there. I know you're very smart, and I assumed you guys knew what was going on. I just was trying to be a smartass. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised to Kokiri, and now finally the day of destiny has come. It's kind of a sad little backstory for Link, you know. He never knew his mother because he was apparently a baby when she died. But you are Hylian and were always bound to leave this forest. And now you have learned your own destiny, so you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Now, Fish Food, break the curses on all of the temples and return peace to Hyrule. I will. I will save the entire world. Well, that's about all for this one. I'm Fish Food, and this has been a Bottom of the Map production.